Welcome to Living an Amazing Life. I'm your host, Zurika. Today we are going to cover a fundamental lesson through a great book called How to Attract Money, written by Dr. Joseph Murphy. Dr. Joseph Murphy had a very unique way of writing. He was among some of the well-known New Thought authors of his time. His focus was to open people's mind to new possibilities. His writings bring hope, and you really cannot go wrong on how to attract money if you follow the steps he outlines through his writings. Dr. Joseph Murphy wrote the book How to Attract Money in 1955. It's been said that Dr. Murphy traveled to India and spent a lot of time with Indian sages learning and studying the power of the subconscious mind. He had a simple way of explaining how to influence the subconscious mind. It is a fascinating book, and if mastered properly, will allow anyone to learn how to attract money. I love the book, and through reading the book, have understood the areas in my own life that I need to reprogram to attain mastery over the power of the subconscious mind. If you're new here, then every episode on Living an Amazing Life aims at breaking down ethical hacks used by world-class billionaires, entrepreneurs, scientists, doctors, Olympic athletes to reach their highest performance. At the end of each lesson, you get access to an action plan that you could download from our blog, www.livinganamazinglife.com. Use it as a beautiful checklist or reminder to remember the book on how to attract money. So let's get started. Your Right to be Rich. Dr. Joseph Murphy starts off the book by putting the mind at ease. He acknowledges that it is everyone's right to be rich. We are all here on this planet to live and experience an abundant life. The thought that we have to be poor is a mental disease, and we must demolish this way of thinking. We are human beings for a reason, which is to grow, expand our spiritual, mental, and physical life. The book outlines the hacks that we can use to master the art of making money. He has been instrumental in influencing personalities such as Anthony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, Louis Hayes, Earl Nightingale. So what are the hacks to attract money? Hack 1. Money is only a symbol. Hack 2. Wealth is a state of consciousness. Hack 3. What you give to another, you are giving to yourself. And hack 4. Having an urge for providing service. So let's cover hack 1. Money is only a symbol. Let me ask you, if you found a piece of gold or silver or a small diamond on the ground, would you pick it up and keep it? Or would you look at this as a bad sign that this piece of gold or silver or diamond is going to bring you bad luck and you walk away from it? Really think about it. Dr. Joseph Murphy says, the first and foremost principle we must accept is that money is just a symbol, and we must not attach money to good, bad, or evil definitions. If you think of money as hard to acquire, that money is limited, that you can only earn a certain amount each month, then that is what our subconscious mind will believe. If you think money is bad, it will develop wings and fly away from us. He mentions that some people may say, people kill for money, people steal for money. This is all true, but the underlying factor is that money by itself is not evil. If a man kills someone for $50, he has misused money, using it in a destructive way. If a man pays his electricity bill with a $50 note, he has used money for his need. You can use money to buy food, or you can use money to poison someone's food. It's what we do with money that determines the good, bad, and evil, and not money itself. Similarly, We could use our mobile phone cameras to capture moments with friends and family. Or we could use the same mobile phone camera to record some footage to blackmail someone. This does not mean the mobile phone is good, bad, or evil. It is how we use the mobile phone that determines everything. We can use water to quench our thirst, or we can use water to drown someone. This does not mean water is good, bad, or evil. It's what we do with water that determines everything. So it's important to remember that money is just a symbol and nothing else. He then further explains that if all we want is money, then that is not having a balanced life. We can get money and attain a fortune, but if in turn we forget to lead a balanced life, this will only bring about frustration. Man does not live on bread alone. We need other areas to make our life complete. Nature insists on balance. If all of our time is devoted in a quest to make money, then we will find ourselves hungry for peace of mind, love, joy, and to feel alive. Love for money and excluding everything else will only make us frustrated. By making money the sole aim is the wrong choice. It's just like when blood in our body circulates freely, we are healthy. Similarly, when money circulates freely in our life, we are economically healthy. It's when we hoard money, when we get obsessed with money, that we start an illness in our mind. We must never forget and deny ourselves of healthy food, sleep, exercise, peace of mind, love, harmony, joy, and laughter. Having balance is vital. Dr. Murphy emphasizes that if we are to master the law of attraction and how to manifest money, we must believe and absolutely understand that no matter the economic situation of the world, the stock market fluctuations, war, or any other conditions, we get our supply of what we need. It is the law of the universe. Money takes various forms. This is the first principle of attaining wealth. Hack 2. Wealth is a state of consciousness. Billionaires who have mastered the art of how to attract money and how to manifest money have trained the subconscious mind that there is a free-flowing supply of money in their lives. Money, when it goes out, has to come back just like the tide. The tide never fails. The man who masters the way of thinking is always guided to find places and ways to make money. To train the mind to think this way, the first exercise that Dr. Murphy mentions is relax and quieten the mind. So what's this exercise about? We need to learn to let go. Meditation is one such technique that can help the mind to get into a sleepy, drowsy state where you can reflect and question the simple truths. Where do ideas come from? Where does wealth come from? Where did you come from? Where did your brain and mind come from? These questions will all lead you back to only one answer. We all come from one source. Wealth is a state of mind. To help our subconscious mind to believe that wealth is a state of mind, every day for 4 to 5 minutes, repeat to yourself 4 to 5 times the following phrase: money is forever circulating freely in my life, and there is always a surplus. Just do this exercise 4 to 5 minutes every day, repeating it 4 to 5 times. As you do this regularly and systematically, the subconscious mind will begin to believe that money will come to you freely, and you start on a path to learn the core concept of how to manifest money. Dr. Joseph Murphy, in his book, How to Attract Money, mentions that when you are experiencing financial difficulties, Do not say affirmations such as, I am prosperous, I am wealthy, I am successful, as this only worsens the condition of belief. The reason for this is because the subconscious mind will only accept the feeling that is the strongest. So if you are experiencing financial challenges, by saying I am prosperous, somewhere in your body there is still a feeling of lack, and that feeling is greater, and your conscious mind reiterates that you are not prosperous, instead you are broke. And so the subconscious mind starts believing that you are broke. Such affirmations bring about a feeling of lack and more lack, thereby tricking the subconscious to believe you are not successful and you are indeed broke. To overcome this, especially as a beginner doing these exercises, aiming to master the power of the subconscious mind, we have to repeat an affirmation that the conscious and the subconscious mind can agree on. Do not introduce contradictory thoughts. Instead of saying, I am prosperous, maybe you could say something along the lines, every day I am prospering. Instead of saying, I am wealthy, say, I am growing, moving forward financially. He gives a lot of examples in the book of how to convince your mind. If your sales are down, just say to yourself, I have the skill, the strength, and a mind to help me to close a sale tomorrow. This allows both the conscious and the subconscious mind to accept these statements and believe in the power of being wealthy. The exercise 2. It is standing in front of a mirror. It's called the mirror exercise. This second exercise to develop a wealthy mindset is to stand in front of a mirror and say, health, wealth, and success. Notice he does not say, I am healthy, or I am wealthy, or I am successful. By just saying out loud, health, wealth, success, there is no opposition or objection created in the mind. Repeating the first affirmation and the phrase, health, wealth, success, are reaffirming to the conscious and subconscious that you can attract health, wealth, and success. Exercise 3. Paint a clear image of what you want in your mind. Programming your subconscious mind takes time. It takes a lot of practice. He recommends that to get to your destination, you need to paint a picture and visualize this picture every day. You have to imagine, feel, and live with that idea. Taking time to imagine and walk through this picture nourishes your belief, and it penetrates into the deeper layers of the subconscious. He gives an example of a boy who aspired to be a doctor or a surgeon. This boy was from Australia, and he had no money and no high school education. To pay his bills, he worked as a cleaner in a doctor's office. His duties involved washing the windows, repairing jobs, keeping the office clean and tidy. Every night, before he fell off to sleep, he would visualize that he is on his way of acquiring a diploma. He would see the diploma certificate with his name. He did this for many months, maybe even years. Over time, one of the doctors working at this doctor's clinic took a liking to him and offered to train him in the art of sterilizing instruments, giving injections, and other miscellaneous first aid work. He became a technical assistant in this doctor's office. This same doctor then sent him to high school and to college and paid for his education. Today, this same man is a doctor in Montreal, Canada. That is the power of the subconscious mind and creating a wealth mindset. Use the power of visualization to your advantage. Most often, what people do is create a vision board. Look at this vision board off and on, but don't practice the power of affirming and visualizing daily. This boy could have settled for less. He had all the reason to stay poor. He did not have money nor an education. He could have believed that he was not intelligent and he would not make it. Instead, he used the power of the subconscious mind to learn how to manifest money in his life. Dr. Joseph Murphy states that the only thing we have to do is affirm and imagine the end result of what we want to achieve. Don't focus on how this will happen. The how will come to you in small flashes at random times. This is the power of the subconscious mind. Hack 3. What you give to another, you are giving to yourself. When you are on this path to program your subconscious mind to attract money, one of the mantras of attracting money is that you must neither be jealous nor envious of others. Don't speak ill of others or wish bad for others. He mentions that what you give to another person is exactly what you will receive in your life. There have been many instances when people have spoken ill of another human being. In fact, we may unconsciously do the same thing when we gossip about another person's life, silently rejoicing when something bad may happen to another person who may have hurt us, or jokingly say things like he is a crook, he is cunning, he is a thief, or that guy knows how to rob people, or that he is a bargain hunter. These words somehow make their way back to our own life. Thinking negatively of someone else or condemning someone else's way of making money, how they acquired wealth, or praying for something ill to happen to another human will make its way back to us. Instead, train your mind to wish abundance, joy, health, success to everyone. This helps your subconscious to only program wealth, health, success for you. Dr. Murphy brings up a very difficult teaching that is hard to practice. But if we can master this lesson, you cannot go wrong in attracting wealth, health, success into your own life. Imagine your competitor has suddenly got famous and sales are flooding their way. The human tendency somewhere is to feel frustrated, feel envious as to why this same level of success is not happening for you in spite of your hard work. I totally get that. Rather than silently wish for their failure, wish for their success. Rather than feeling jealous, practice blessing them with health and more wealth. Dr. Murphy does say that this is a difficult practice, but it needs to be done to learn how to train the subconscious mind to work in your favor. Remember, what you wish will happen. If you wish for their failure, this can come back to you being a failure. If you wish that they lose sales, this can happen for your own business. The subconscious will only register failure, loss of sales. It's called the law of attraction. What you attract, you will get more of it. Dr. Murphy gives another example of what happens in the corporate world. Imagine you're in a job where you feel you are being underpaid. You feel you're not appreciated and that you deserve more money. You are subconsciously attracting lack in your life. This could lead to redundancy or a more toxic manager who supervises your work. The actions you are training your inner mind will happen in the outer world. If you keep telling yourself you don't have money, this is exactly what is happening to you. Money can come to you in different forms. It does not have to be direct. It could be through another family member, through a friend, through another source. When we speak of someone who is rich and describe their accomplishments as robbing from others, it could be robbing someone's property to make a profit. When we focus and speak of their wrongdoings, what we are doing is growing the feeling of being robbed, losing a property, and attracting more lack in our own lives. It may not necessarily come through loss of money, but it could come in other ways. It could be your health. It could be losing a loved one, or it could be losing your job, etc., etc. Sure, there are people who have accumulated money through wrong ways. They too pay a price, which you may not be able to see at first. It could be that they are suffering from insomnia, a disease, a hidden fear, mental and physical sufferings you don't know. And don't even go to find out what is happening in their lives. Let it go. If you want a different life, if you want health, wealth, and success in your life, then attract the right thinking. The law of attraction is always working, just like the law of gravity. You can be wealthy and prosperous without hurting anyone. If you are under the belief you do not do wrong because you don't steal from others, remember, you could be stealing by resenting or silently wishing evil for others. Do not let greed, jealousy, anger, punishment, lack live in your mind. Cut this out of your system. Dr. Murphy says, there are many good citizens who suffer loss. They do the right thing by following the laws, abiding by cultural norms, paying their taxes on time, voting regularly, giving generously to charity. But deep inside, these same people spend countless hours gossiping about others, rejoicing when someone who hurt them suffers. They feel jealous when someone they know may be earning more than them. This inner thief robs their outer world. Hack 4. Having an urge for service. You will always be wealthy when you have a desire, and that too an intense desire to contribute to the good of mankind. When we give our talents to the world, we are setting ourselves up to receive from the world. Dr. Joseph Murphy shares a real example of a man he knew in the 1920s. During the financial crisis, he lost everything, which was his home, his life savings, and $1 million that he had made in a matter of 4 years. He told Dr. Murphy that he would make this all back, as all he had lost was a symbol, and he could make the $1 million back as he could attract the symbol of wealth in the same way as honey attracts flies. To make sure that this man could indeed make the $1 million back, Dr. Murphy followed his career closely. And sure enough, he was back and running in no time. We also see this in our world today. People who have lost financial wealth are able to make it back as they have understood the power of the subconscious mind. In the Bible, there is a parable that Jesus turned water into wine. Wine means the realization of your desire, plans, dreams. Water refers to our mind or consciousness. Water takes the shape of any vessel you pour it into. Likewise, what you feel, whatever you believe, will manifest itself as your reality. Hence, each day you have the power to turn water into wine. Change your thoughts and it will change your reality. If this is true, then you know by changing your inner thoughts, by visualizing exactly what you want, you can keep your active mind busy and ideas will flow towards you if you do those exercises. You can acquire riches when you become aware that you have the power to turn water into wine. If you work on programming your subconscious and conscious mind to be in harmony, your desire for wealth, health, and success will flow easily into your life. As Emerson said, a man is what he thinks all day long. Since we now understand the laws of training our mind, when lack, fear, doubt, or despair creeps into our mind, reject the thought immediately by focusing your attention on your affirmations and your vision of what you desire. This is the only way to condition the mind to a new state of consciousness. Dr. Murphy gives a step-by-step exercise to start the process to train our subconscious mind. Step 1. Every night, become very quiet and still. Relax your body and get into a meditative state for 5 minutes. Start imagining in detail what is the one thing you seek to achieve in your life. It could be that you want to own a fully paid home, or you are wanting your business profits to increase. Picture this in detail for 5 minutes. Step 2. Then imagine how your normal day would look like in this vision and picture this for another 5 minutes. Step 3. Imagine what your loved ones would say to you, your friends, and anyone who means something to you. Visualize their reaction, what they would say, and how they would express their feelings for your achievement. Do this every night, even if it takes months. During this exercise, things may even start getting worse for you, but your only duty is perseverance. Refuse to give up on this vision no matter what challenges, doubts creep up in your mind. Do not fight with your doubts and fears. Instead, just go back and repeat your affirmation. Play the vision that you desire in your mind. Negative thoughts could come to you even 50 times in an hour. Refuse to open the door to these negative feelings, as they are knocking to rob you of your peace, your wealth, your health, and success. Instead, open the door to allow your mind to visualize your desire. Repeat the affirmations, and the subconscious will be reprogrammed. Most people will give up and fail. They will say things like, I feel exhausted, I feel tired, I don't have more time, I don't have the money, I am poor, I cannot afford that, it is not working for me. I cannot even make any money even though I'm saying all these statements. This is all very highly disruptive. Do not fall into this trap. You must be faithful to your plan. You must know where you are headed and navigate your mind to achieve what you desire. You are the captain of your own aircraft, and you set the course of where you want to go. Be definite and positive. So here's the summary of what's covered in the book, How to Attract Money. Let's go through it again. First, the thought that we have to be poor is a mental disease, and we must demolish this way of thinking. Second, it is your right to be rich. Third, money is just a symbol. It is not right or wrong. It is just a symbol, just like water is not right or wrong. It's up to man how he or she uses the symbol called money. Fourth, there is no need to be obsessed with money. Don't be a hoarder. Nature insists on balance. Fifth, when blood in our body circulates freely, we are healthy. Similarly, when money circulates freely in our life, we are economically healthy. 6. Just like the tide never fails, the same with money. It has to be restored and will appear in your life. 7. The first exercise is to train the mind to be quietened and believe that we all come from one universal source. 8. Repeat your affirmation 5 minutes a day, 4 to 5 times. You could say an affirmation like, money is forever circulating freely in my life, and there is always a surplus. 9. Do not use affirmations such as, I am prosperous, I am successful, etc. when you're just starting out on this journey. There should be no conflict in your mind. 10. Choose affirmations that the conscious mind and the subconscious can accept. 11. Face a mirror and repeat the words health, wealth, and success. Your third exercise is to then paint a clear image of what you want and visualize this every day. You have to bring feelings into this picture. Use pictures, images, videos, whatever you need to create that feeling. 13. What you give to another will be given back to you. That's the law of the universe. Be careful not to invoke jealousy, hatred, or to be envious of someone else, even if they hurt you. Bless them. 14. Have an urge to provide service through your skills. Believe you too can turn water into wine. 15. Change your thoughts and it will change your reality. 16. When lack, fear, doubt, or despair knocks on the door, do not open the door. Instead, turn to your affirmations, your picture that you want, and play it over and over again. 17. Every night before you go to bed, quieten the mind and visualize your desire. Picture it for at least 5 minutes. Then, for the next 5 minutes, visualize how your day would look like when you have achieved this. And the final 5 minutes, visualize how your loved ones would react when you attain this desire. Now, if you have enjoyed today's episode, then would you be kind enough to leave a review on Apple? It would really help me. Do subscribe to our podcast either on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting platform. The podcast is called Living an Amazing Life. Just search for it as one word. We are also on YouTube. Again, the channel is called Living an Amazing Life. I hope you have enjoyed this episode and you create a life that enables you to design an amazing life. Thank you, and I look forward to spending time with you in our next episode. Don't forget to download the checklist that is a reminder of all the steps we discussed today so that you can embrace the power of attracting wealth in your life. See you soon and you take care. Ciao for now.